And a very pleasant good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you're all doing real well as we look at this second Friday in November. Hello, folks. Welcome to Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. My name is Bruce Dickey. This is our weekly Take the Points show, and it's just me today, as the boys couldn't be here today. I know that I think Jamie's working at the school and working late at the school, and Lucas had all kinds of stuff he had to do for his family, and I just never heard from Weeze, so he may walk in the door. I don't know, but you're watching Big Talk with Bruce Dickey, our weekly sports show, gambling as well as sports. We're going to talk a little bit of high school football today. I'm going to mention high school volleyball today. We haven't talked anything about it. We'll talk about all kinds of other things going on in and around our area today here on this beautiful Friday, September 12th. Crank that air conditioner back up, kids. Sorry about that. It has started to warm up again as I guess instead of, you remember we've always called it Indian summer whenever you have a nice little hot spring in the fall. Maybe we have to call it Indian fall if you have a cool spring, a cool spell in the summertime, because basically it has been way cooler than you would have expected at this time of year for about the last couple of weeks. But that ends now as it's warming up today. And it warmed up, actually, I think Wednesday was the first day of the big warm-up. So you'll have 90s for a few days, but then it'll be back down like normal autumn weather for about a week, maybe in October. Who knows what's going to happen. You're watching Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Let's talk about a few things, community events taking place in and around your area this weekend. Holy moly, this is Friday, September 12th at Johnny's Pickers Lounge over in Clay City. It's the CCHS all-class reunion. It'll be held beginning at 4 o'clock at Johnny's Pickers Lounge. There'll be door prizes, food, drinks, off the menu class pictures. I don't know what that means, but off the menu, the food and drinks will be off the menu, as well as class pictures taken at 5:30. Donations will be welcomed and appreciated, can be sent to the Clay City Banking Company under the class of 1972. Or give them to Lee Riker or Jerry Mayo at the event. Lee is running this thing. He didn't tell me anything about it. So, Lee, that means it's going to be run with quality. Also, tonight and tomorrow night, the Shadows of Elmwood. Ooh! The big Rotary thing in Flora, at the Flora Depot from 5:30, from 5 until 9 tonight and tomorrow night. Flora Rotary hosting their 11th annual Shadows of Elmwood Cemetery Tour. Ticket sales will start right at 5 p.m., maybe a little bit before 5 p.m., with the first wagon leaving at 5 each night. Tickets will be sold until 9, and the wagons will go until the last patron has gone through, so that'll be fun. Tickets are $8 each unless you purchase a benefactor ticket, which costs a little bit more, gets you to the front of the line, and might even get you a lazy boy on the wagon. I don't know. That's pretty cool. But, you get the next available wagon. So, that's tonight. Also, down in Wayne County, the Sims Church hosting free movie night on September 12th. It'll go from 7 o'clock till 10 o'clock. Sims Congregational Christian Church hosting a free community movie night beginning at 7. It's going to be outside. It's going to be a little warm, but that'd be a nice night for it. On the big movie screen, the feature film Breakthrough. It's a Christian drama based on the true story of a mother's faith after her son survived falling in icy water and spending more than 15 minutes underwater. Wow. The event will be held at the Sims CC Church. That's on 411 Central Street in Sims. You can't miss it. It's Sims. You're going to be able to find it. The popcorn and drinks will be provided for all the folks who attend. In case there is bad weather, shouldn't be bad weather, movie will be held inside the church. Should be gorgeous. Should be just a gorgeous night. Summer Sundown Music Festival 2025 starts tonight as is always bringing together music lovers and artists of the eclectic music scenes across Illinois and the greater Midwest and beyond. To help foster an even tighter, larger community, you can get weekend passes or just day passes. Go to summersundownfest.com. Aaron Lee Tasjan is there. Sun Stereo is there. That's going to be Saturday night. Saturday night might be the one to go if you can only go to one. But yeah, do yourself a favor, go to all of it. You'll have just a heck of a time. Again, the local honeys, Taylor Honeycutt, Jeremy Short, Sun Stereo. I can't say enough good things about Sun Stereo. That is a show, and that's all weekend long up in Effingham at the Summer Sundown Music Festival. What else is going on this weekend? That's through Friday night. Well, that's Friday. How about Saturday? Chicken and noodles in Xenia. This will be at the Xenia Community Church, 4 o'clock Saturday afternoon. A big old chicken noodle feed. Menu is chicken noodles, 2 sides along with dessert, and the cost is $12 for adult, $8 for a child, and 3 and under eat free. The chicken noodles will also be sold by the gallon and available pre-orders only for $18. Curbside pickup is available. What 2 sides do you get with chicken and noodles? Green beans, I would think. A lot of folks, I don't understand it, but a lot of folks eat mashed potatoes with their chicken and noodles. You got starch on starch. That is a choice. That is certainly a choice. And actually, the last time I had chicken and noodles, I had the mashed potatoes with it, and it was good. But boy, that is. Whew. What else is going on? Over in Clay City at the Firehouse, it's a benefit breakfast at 6 a.m. Saturday morning. It's their annual fall breakfast. It is 6 to 10. All you can eat pancakes, sausage links, biscuits and gravy, milk, juice, coffee, and drink. Cost is by donation. Should be a wonderful, wonderful meal. 6 a.m. on Saturday. Fundraising rummage sale at the Flora Bank and Trust, Helping Hands, hosting their 2nd annual fundraising rummage sale. It's going to be at the bank out there on North Worthy Street. You know where it is, just by the Taco Bell and the Walmart. Broken Chains Golf Scramble over in Salem. This is good, clean fun right there. It's from 7:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Tee off at 9 a.m. Get there at 7:30. That's when the registration begins, and you get out and get your licks in, get all the bad shots out of your system. Proceeds benefit the Feeding Center and Safe House in Costa Rica. That's for victims of human trafficking. For more information, call Shannon Rapp at the Evergreen Christian Church, 618-548-4438. $60 a person, $240 per team. How about in Effingham? Take your dog or your cat to the Ears Microchip event. Ears is the Effingham Annual Rescue Sanctuary, and that's out on the 408 East Fayette in Effingham from 10 a.m. to noon. They'll chip your dog's ears or your cat's ears on site, and no appointment is needed, no geography or number limit, no cost. You give a free will donation. If somebody is going to put basically an AirPod into your dog so you can find it wherever, that is a wonderful deal and it's worth a ton of money. So give heartily. What else is going on Friday? Ladies and gentlemen, Friday, National Milkshake Day falls on September 12th. It brings chocolate and ice cream lovers together. Oh, forget the calories for just this one day, maybe, and enjoy a sweet, tall, thick, and delicious chocolate milkshake. What year do you think, I'm asking you, what year do you think the term milkshake first appeared in print? I would guess I know the answer, but I would have guessed earlier than this. 1885 was the year that it first appeared in print. During this period, a milkshake was referred to as an alcoholic beverage, described as a sturdy, healthful eggnog type of drink, blended with eggs, whiskey, and other ingredients. Pharmacies served the drink as a tonic and a treat to customers. By 1900, pharmacies offered this wholesome drink with either chocolate, strawberry, or vanilla syrup. Yeah, I suspect that was a little tastier by 1900. In the early 1900s, folks began to asking for this new treat with a scoop of ice cream. In 1911, drink mixers began to be used at soda fountains. Who do you think invented the drink mixer? Hamilton Beach, of course. The Hamilton Beach drink mixers, you see those still to this day. In 1922, Stephen Poplawski invented the electric blender or drink mixer. And after the invention of the blender, the milkshake began to take a chipped, aerated, and frothy form like they are today. By the 20s and 30s, milkshakes were a popular drink in malt shops everywhere. Another addition to the milkshake was malted milk powder made from malted barley, wheat flour, and dehydrated whole milk. Malted milk tastes a bit like toasted caramel, made its debut in the 1870s. That's a nice addition. Okay, oh my. This is scary. How many calories in a chocolate milkshake? I thought there were a bunch. 16-ounce milkshake. 16-ounce milkshake's not that big. That's more calories than I thought. How about, what do you guess? 790 calories in a 16-ounce milkshake. Whew. Do chocolate milkshakes contain dark chocolate? They can, but this one actually looks like this one has a little bit of everything. What is that? Popcorn and like caramel corn, along with boy, that's got chocolate chips. Who knows what all that stuff is? That's all right. What else going on here on September 12th, ladies and gentlemen? This is National Video Games Day. On September 12th, this celebrates all the ways that folks enjoy a good video game challenge. On July 25th, 1983, Walter Day and the Twin Galaxies Intergalactic Scoreboard out of Ottumwa, Iowa, founded the United States National Video Game Team. Early games used interactive electronic devices and various display formats. Thomas Goldsmith and Esley Ray Mann filed the first patent for an interactive electronic device in 1947 called the cathode ray tube amusement device. Oh, wow. All right. What year did tennis for two start? That became Pong later, but when was it invented? Pong was basically invented in 1958, and then the Atari finally put out the arcade version. What year did Atari put out the arcade version? 1972. I remember... not 1972, but I remember going into the occasional restaurant or something in the late 70s and seeing this really cool, machine that you'd sit down at, and then you'd play. You sit there, and you spin the little dial and play tennis, basically, with somebody at a table. Pong, the home version started in 1975 of Pong. So how about that? National Video Games Day. Do video arcades still exist? Yeah, you could still find them from time to time. They're kind of, now you kind of find them as retro based. Folks looking for nostalgia back to to their youth. That's what it's kind of geared at. A lot of times you find them in there are not really aimed at youth anymore, but they're aimed at young adults, like they're in bars. So that's kind of what the arcades sometimes are now. What else is going on this weekend? On September 13th, on Saturday, it's a good one. It is National Peanut Day. This pays homage to the mighty and tasty peanut. May drive you nuts after we share some compressed information about peanuts, likely originating in South America. 3,500 years ago. This is a legume, not a nut. That's because they grow underground like potatoes. Since they're an edible seed that forms in a pod, they belong to the family Leguminosae with peas and beans. When it comes to plants packing protein power, however, peanuts provide a whopping 8 grams of protein per ounce, more than any other nut. And it's nuts grow on trees, peanuts grow on the ground, so they're not a nut. Who in the world named them peanuts then? That don't make any sense. But yeah, somebody named them peanuts. For the longest time, livestock gained the most significant benefit from all the peanuts, and until modern methods came along, planting and harvesting peanuts were labor-intensive, risky endeavors for farmers. Gradually, as their popularity grew, Civil War soldiers found a fondness for them, as did fans of P.T. Barnum's Traveling Circus. But what made it possible for peanuts to be grown in advancement was in abundance was an advancement in farm technology. Like the cotton gin revolutionized cotton industry, planters and harvesters transformed not only the peanut farm, but the farming world over. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jack. That from Take Me Out to the Ball Game, 1908. When that song came out. I'll tell you what, looking at these peanuts, those don't look like they're salted. They don't look like they're roasted. Had a friend go to the store the other day, and he was looking down for a snack. Oh, there's a bag of peanuts. Oh, yeah, I'll grab that. Oh, all these other peanuts cost $3 or $4 a bag. This one's $2. Oh, I'm smart. I'll get the $2 bag of peanuts. I'm Mr. Bargain Shopper. He got it home back to where I was, and there were about a half a dozen of us ready to, chewing on a snack while you're chewing on the cud and having fun with people at a outdoor pool party. Heck yeah, we'll have some peanuts. I popped the first peanut, then I looked at the bag, then I realized, I have made it wasn't me. It sounds like me. It wasn't me. My friend made the tremendous mistake, and actually it's my brother-in-law, made the tremendous mistake of not reading the package. It says raw peanuts. Raw peanuts. You want them roasted, and you want them salted. You don't want to eat peanuts raw. They are not cool. Raw peanuts are probably what they use for peanut butter and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, you don't want to eat raw peanuts. How many calories in peanuts? Well, a handful, which is a quarter of a cup of peanuts, or a handful of peanuts, has about 200 calories, 207 calories in a quarter cup of peanuts. So there you go. What do you want to see on television? Ladies and gentlemen, tonight, no football. We'll talk about that here in a minute, but it'll be high school volleyball. Neoga Indians at the North Clay Cardinals. That'll be just up the street. My first chance to do a game from the new gym. That's on Wabash Catch TV, channel 100. That's at 6 p.m. tonight. Major League Baseball, Tampa Bay's at Chicago this afternoon. That's at 1:20. It's on Marquee, channel 357. Cardinals are at the Brewers at 7. Andre Palante versus Quinn Priester. Cardinals just trying to get to 500. Oh, I tell you what, they're stressing me. That's FanDuel channel 370. Chicago White Sox are at the Cleveland Guardians. That is Martin Perez versus Tanner Bybee. That's on channel 353. Texas Rangers at the Yankees is on Major League Baseball Network. Jacob deGrom versus Jonah Tong. I said the Yankees, I meant the Mets. Texas at the Mets. And at 9:15, the Dodgers are at the Giants. That is Shohei Ohtani versus Justin Verlander. A couple of Hall of Famers playing against each other right there. I think we can safely say Shohei Ohtani will get into the Hall of Fame. I feel good about that. College football tonight. Doubleheader on the Big Ten Network. Indiana State is at number 22, Indiana. That's at 5:30. That'll be followed at 9 o'clock by New Mexico at UCLA. UCLA needs a win. They stink on ice. Also on the ACC Network, I think that's channel 3:52. Colgate versus Syracuse. ESPN 360 is Colorado versus Houston. That's at 6:30. And on Fox at 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, Kansas State at Arizona. You are watching Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. We're going to take a quick break. Come back, talk high school sports back after these.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Lamont always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at LeMansOnline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
Hello, folks. Bruce Dickey here with Wabash Cats TV. Thank you so much for tuning in, and thank you also for tuning into Wabash Cats TV's Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. You can find it here daily at 9 a.m. and at 1 p.m. Talk about all kinds of different subjects. People, interesting folks in the community, community events coming up, just all kinds of stuff that will matter to you. Appreciate you tuning in. Thanks a lot. Briscoe Surplus Sales on the northeast edge of Flora is your one-stop do-it-all shop. Looking for rugged boots and footwear from great brands like Lacrosse, Rocky, and Carolina? They're there. How about top-notch small engine parts and service? Briscoe Surplus Sales has it. Whether you're wiring your switches or switching your wiring, Briscoe Surplus Sales has the solution and the know-how to help you get the job done right the first time. Briscoe Surplus Sales, your one-stop do-it-all shop.
My grandfather, Carol Rush, opened Rush Appliance in October of 1949. This is Sean Rush, and I am driven by the same determination and commitment to quality that has set us on the road to success. A lot has changed in the appliance industry since 1949, but at Rush Appliance, we're doing everything we can to remain trusted, strong, and competitive. We are extremely proud of our roots, and we look forward to providing you with quality and service at Rush Appliance and Furniture Company in downtown Fairfield.
It is all things new at Zimdar's Heating, Air Conditioning, and Appliance Repair. We have a new line of heating and cooling equipment and new technicians. Our new equipment line offers 24 months free financing and excellent warranty coverage. Our experienced service technicians can provide you with quality service and repairs on all brands of HVAC equipment. Zimdar's has been serving Clay County and the surrounding areas for over 23 years. The employees of Zimdar's are here to help, so call local and call Zimdar's.
Hey folks, welcome back to Big Talk with Bruce Dickey on Wabash Cats TV. How y'all doing? As we are looking unbelievable already at week 3 of both high school and college football. I told you earlier or late last month, this is going to fly by. The football season's only 9 weeks long in high school football, and it is over in a blink of the eye. So enjoy every little bit that you can. Hope you enjoyed. We brought you 2 games last weekend. Had the Friday night game, the Albany-Salem game, and the Saturday night game, Fairfield versus Red Hill. Missed the third game of the All-NEC reunion, Flora versus Carmi on Friday night, but that happens. Here is a look at the Black Diamond Conference coming into this weekend's play. Fairfield travels down to El Dorado. I think this is in alphabetical order is why Fairfield's in first place. But that doesn't make any sense for Cesar to be ahead of Red Hill, though. Who knows? But Fairfield is 2-0. Flora is 2-0. Both those squads off to a solid start. Mules winning in overtime the other night, Saturday night. That was a dandy. And Flora winning late also against Carmi. Carmi gave Flora an outstanding battle. Johnston City has just rolled over over both teams they've faced. And Flora will play Johnston City in about 3 weeks, or is it? I think it's the weekend of the 26th, right? Let's see, today's the 12th. So, yeah, 2 weeks. So, yeah, we'll have Flora versus Johnston City then for you on the television, and that should be a couple of undefeated teams if Flora and Johnston City can hold up their end. Here is what Flora looks like, what their season looks like so far. The nice win over Cesar Valere on the road. That's a big win. And because Cesar Valere last year went, 10-1 or something like that, or 10-2, 9-2, something like that. And then a nice win at home last week against Carmi. They go down to CZR. And either one of those teams can stub Flora's toe. They'll have Edwards County on the 19th, but I tell you what, CZR, they are well coached and they are an improved team over what they have been. So Flora can afford to take nobody for granted. Here's what Fairfield looks like in the next couple of weeks, as they will be at El Dorado this week. And then you see Cesar Valere at home on the 19th. That's the thing. Doggone it. We show 3 teams, right? We've got Salem, we've got Flora, and we have Fairfield. We're set up in those 3 schools. We've got to try to figure out a way to get to football games every Friday night. There are 2 weekends this year that there are no football games at those home stadiums, home sites. Makes it tremendously difficult for us. And I hope you understand, when we don't have a football game this Friday night, we're doing volleyball. Like I said, here's the Fairfield ought to have a good shot against El Dorado, but on the road, you never know. El Dorado's always tough at home. And then you move to the Cahokia Conference, where it's just the tale of the haves and the have-nots in the Mississippi division of the Cahokia Conference. Salem has been struggling. Hopefully they can get on the right side of the ledger this weekend as they head up to Mattoon, and that'll be at 7 o'clock on Friday night. So, yeah, all 3 of our teams on the road this week, all 3 of our teams at home next week. Which one are we showing next Friday? We are showing this one, the Wood River East Alton Wood River game at Salem. And you say, Bruce, why you've shown Salem twice? Why are you showing that one? Well, it's going to be the last one we show for Salem. We don't plan to show Roxana or Columbia either of the weeks throughout the rest of the year. So keep that in mind. It'll be East Alton Wood River. The next week will be the squad we show. So yeah, Mattoon. Going to be a handful, but they're more beatable. Trust me, they're more beatable than either Olney or Centralia. So good chance for Salem this week. I said I was going to talk about volleyball. I didn't realize until somebody sent me this today that there is a ranking service in Illinois for volleyball, and of the teams that we cover, Fairfield is currently ranked number 3 in Class 2A. This is just jaw-dropping to me. Fairfield has won they won 1 tournament and did very well at the Olney tournament last weekend. That's where they took their first loss. But the Lady Mules have played very well. What is jaw-dropping to me out of that? You have no teams from Clinton County. If you know volleyball of the local variety, or Washington County. Well, you do have Pinckneyville. Oh, that's Pinckneyville's not Washington County. Washington County and Clinton County, the headquarters of really, really, really good volleyball over the last several years, and I think it's just an early aberration. Again, here's the top. Well, I missed the top 10. Sorry about that. Yeah, the top 9 in girls high school volleyball. So, yeah, if Fairfield's off to a good start, if they can keep that going, should be looking good going into the regionals here in about a month and a half. You're watching Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. We'll come back, talk a little bit of more football. College coming up back after this.
For service beyond the surface, call Carter Trucking in Fairfield. Carter's trucks are ready to haul your big freight and grain. So whatever you call Jeremy Carter, the Mucho Mulcho Man, the driveway doctor, the gravel guru, the pothole pirate, the rockin' redneck, the smooth operator, the mudhole master, or the happy hauler, just call him. 842-2022 to haul your big freight, grain, and more with trucks from Carter Trucking, Williamson Drive in Fairfield.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Lamont's always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at LaMonsOnline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
Having car trouble, need a tow, or just some routine maintenance? Butcher Automotive in Louisville has you covered. Locally owned and operated, Butcher Automotive offers complete vehicle repair services along with tire sales and wheel alignment. They're your local hand-cooked tire and interstate battery dealer. Butcher Automotive offers free local pickup and delivery so your car can be repaired while you're at work or at home. Butcher strives to treat everyone's vehicle as their own. At Butcher Automotive, they don't want you to give them your business, they want to earn it.
Hello, I'm Beth Cooper.
And I am Stacey Earlywine, and together we host By the Way with Beth and Stacey.
It airs Monday through Friday on Wabash Channel 100 at 11 a.m. and again at 3 p.m.
We love to follow Clay County history, and we've been venturing out too in other counties. We absolutely love history.
You can also find us on YouTube. Our YouTube channel is By the Way with Beth and Stacey, or like and follow us on Facebook.
Hey folks, welcome back to Big Talk with Bruce Dickey on Wabash Cats TV. Thank y'all so much for joining today. Appreciate it. Let's talk a little college football. Hope you're enjoying college football. It's similar really to what we've been dealing with in high school football. It's week 3 already, but the college kids do get to play another 3 or 4 weeks more than the high school kids. So it doesn't go by as fast, but I tell you what, at the end of November, you're kicking yourself for not paying more attention to college football as the year has gone by. How about that AP Top 25 poll? They see who lost last week. Actually, Georgia dropped 2. Even though they didn't lose a game, nobody in the top 10 lost a game last week because it was a pretty lackluster week of football. This week there should be a few better games. Illinois moved up some. Clemson, look at that. Clemson even won their game and dropped 4 spots. South Carolina won their game. They dropped a spot as Florida State jumped ahead of jumped into the top 10. Well, that might be a little early, but it's who knows what people are doing. Look at also the big jump by Oklahoma. They beat Michigan last weekend. That was a surprising. They were favored. So, I mean, how surprising is it if they're favored? It's the 2 teams with the most wins in college football history playing each other. And I guess if you've got one of them has more wins than the other one almost caught up now. So who knows? They've Oklahoma moved up 5 after beating Michigan. Illinois moved up 2 because they won on the road. They won at Duke. Hey, that's a nice win. You get a road win against a Power 5 opponent. That's a big win. And then you see also South Florida jumps into the poll after upsetting Florida. How far did Florida fall? Did they fall all the way out? They sure did. Florida down there in the others receiving votes area as they dropped out. Arizona State, they dropped out as they lost this week as well to Mississippi State. Did Mississippi State jump in? No. Look at that. Others receiving vote. Arizona State lost to Mississippi State, and people are still not voting Mississippi State. They're 2-0, and they just beat Arizona State. That's what kind of frustrating about these polls. Michigan State in the top 25. Even though they really laid an egg on the road at Oklahoma. I already talked about that. Indiana playing Indiana State. So they, even if they win that game, they won't move up all that much. That might be a lot to set up next week, which is when Illinois plays Indiana at Indiana. If both those teams do what they're supposed to do, should be an exciting, a really big game on next Saturday night at Indiana. Here's what Saturday looks like for you as you have Oregon at Northwestern on Fox. Why they're showing Oregon at who knows what Fox uses to choose games. We thought, actually, my little group that I hang out with thought it would be Illinois at Indiana at 11 a.m. on Fox on next Saturday, or on Saturday, and they're going to Utah or something like that. So I don't understand who picks the TV games. Taking a look, though, for interesting contests, you can see there, let's see, on ESPN, Clemson goes to Georgia Tech. The line is now -4.5. Clemson is favored by 4.5. Opened Clemson a 5.5 point favorite. Now they're, a 4-point favorite. So let's drop the 1.5. Georgia Tech. This is your chance, Georgia Tech. If you're going to make a stink, if you're going to make a big deal in the ACC conference, you need to play Clemson. You need to play Clemson well. What are some of the other games we're looking out for? How about at 3:30? Let's see where it is up there. 2:30 Eastern or Central Time. Tennessee. There it is, the second game down. Georgia at Tennessee on ABC. Georgia is a 4.5 point favorite on the road at Tennessee. Joey Aguilar is the quarterback for Georgia, and he is good. The Bulldogs have won the last 4 meetings. How big you think the Bulldogs have won? They've won by 30.5 points average the last 4 matches in Tennessee. So you can see why Tennessee is still the underdog, but Tennessee's a good team. Tennessee's going to beat some squads. Also in the afternoon, I don't know if it shows up on that one. Yeah, there it is right at the very bottom. South Florida at Miami. What's the CW network? You'll find it. If you have Wabash streaming, it's one of your local channels. It's like a 117 or 108. It depends on where you are. That South Florida at Miami game might be the game of the day, even though Miami is favored by 16.5. South Florida has upset 2 teams in a row, 2 top 25 teams in a row. They beat Boise State when they were in the top 25, and they beat Florida when they were in the top 25. So look at that. They have knocked out 2 teams from the top 25, and that's the one to watch. Miami has quarterback Carson Beck. He should be all right. But South Florida has shocked the world so far. Some other games you might want to consider. Florida is at LSU. That was supposed to be a top 25 matchup until Florida fell out. Oopsie. That happens. Florida fell out. The 4 of the last 5 meetings in that one have been decided by fewer than 10 points. LSU is a 9.5 point favorite. But it's at 7:30 in the Swamp, the other Swamp. It's the 7:30 in the Swamp in Baton Rouge. That, they call that, not the Swamp, sorry, Florida plays at the Swamp, the Death Valley in Baton Rouge. They're playing at Death Valley in Baton Rouge, and yeah, that is a tough place, especially at night. Give all those Cajuns a chance to drink beer all day long and get loud. I tell you what, I still have nightmares of the LSU fans yelling Tiger Bait at us when Illinois was playing LSU in the Sugar Bowl. 25 years ago. Oh gosh, has it been that long? It's been 25 years. Another one you might want to pay attention to that looks like a good one, Vanderbilt is at South Carolina. I'm going to be watching that one other than the Illinois game. Illinois is favored by 28, so I'm not going to pay much attention. But Vandy, just a 6-point dog at South Carolina. They can give South Carolina the what for. They've got a good chance. What do we have? What are our group's picks? I'll show them to you here in just a minute. But our group, well, by the way, here are the night games. Pardon me, some of the night games. You see the Illinois game on FS1. Ohio State's on Peacock, so you have to have a subscription for that. There's a good game there, the number 16 A&M at Notre Dame. That's going to be a good one as well. So you might want to think about that. We have the Wheeze is taking Georgia Southern versus Jacksonville State, -3.5. Buffalo -20.5 versus Kent State. I'm taking a couple of big underdogs. Louisiana -27 at Mizzou, and or plus 27 at Mizzou, and Ohio plus 31.5 at Ohio State. Jamie is going Georgia at Tennessee over 50.5, and also he's picking USF to catch and or to lay the points, to catch the points, take the points against the Canes. He's got 17.5 points. He's taking them. And Houston at Colorado versus Colorado Houston. Lucas is taking Colorado to beat Houston, but he's taking Houston to beat Colorado by 4.5 or more. And he's also on Tennessee. Attaboy, Lucas. You stick with your guns. Tennessee plus 4.5 versus Georgia for Lucas. Super Dogs. Wheeze is taking Delaware versus UConn. I'm taking Washington State at North Texas. Bowling Green for Jamie over Liberty, and Western Michigan. No. West Virginia plus 7.5 versus Pitt for Lucas. That's college football. We'll talk pros when we return. You're watching Big Talk. Back after this.
When Justin, a local volunteer firefighter, needs one of the department's trucks serviced, he calls Cam, whose repair company keeps everything rolling. In turn, Justin helps keep Cam and all of the community safe. Together, they support each other. And Wayne White Electric Cooperative supports them and every member with safe and reliable power. It's why REMCs exist. And together, it all works.
Residents of the Clay County and surrounding area have relied on Clay County State Bank for sound professional service for over 100 years. With convenient lobby and drive-up hours, we are ready to serve you Monday through Saturday. We appreciate all who bank with us, and we look forward to the opportunity of working with anyone who is looking for a community bank to help with their financial needs. Give us a call at 665-3314, visit us online, or stop by and see us on the square in Louisville to experience our friendly personal service.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Lamont's always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at LeMansOnline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
I thought I'd lost my business in that fire, but my agent was there before the flames were out. He said, "Together, we're going to rebuild." Our employees depended on it. My independent agent and auto owners made sure we didn't skip a beat. I mean, we didn't miss a single payroll.
For whatever lies ahead, we're always there. Auto Owners Insurance. North Wayne Insurance Agency in Flora is your local independent auto owners insurance agency.
Hey folks, welcome back. Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Did you enjoy the first week of the pros? NFL got their week one out of the way, or played it. It was a pretty good, solid weekend of football on I guess Thursday, Friday, Sunday, and Monday. was when the pros were playing. And that Sunday night football game, talk about a barn burner. Back and forth, and just when you thought Baltimore had enough of a lead that they were going to be able to hold off and win it in Buffalo, whew, they couldn't hold a 15-point lead with 5 minutes to go. That was just crazy. Buffalo Bills winning. Had 3 scores in the last 5 minutes. That is not what you expect, and it wasn't like, well, there was the one turnover. You don't expect Derrick Henry to put one on the ground with about 5 minutes to go, and that's had they been able to stay away from turnovers, they'd have probably won that game with extra time on the clock. So that's just kind of how things work in the NFL. It is so close. And here's what it looks like this week. Thursday night, the Commanders versus the Packers. Packers, after that outstanding win over Detroit, they are the favorite against the Commanders. That's a tough matchup that's a good Thursday night game. It's a really good Thursday night game. Couple of playoff teams. Commanders made all the way to the conference championship last year, and hope you enjoy that one, or enjoyed it last night. Then you get into the regular stuff on Sunday. Anything jumping out at you there? How about the Bears are 5.5-point dogs at Detroit? The Bears gave it away. Doggone it. The Bears should have, they were cruising against Minnesota. And then all of a sudden they weren't cruising. I don't know what happened to the Bears, but it was a collapse, a fundamental collapse in Chicago. But that you got to move on. You got to move on. So they got to get ready for the Lions this week. Then you have the Rams versus the Titans. Here's the second set. You have the Niners at the Saints. By the way, if we're talking my bets, I'm taking the Saints to cover against the Niners. Saints at home. Niners they are beat up. They are. Brock Purdy's out, quarterback's out, tight end is out, second best tight end in the world, or top 5 anyway, probably top 2. George Kittle is out for 4 weeks. Purdy is out this week. I'm living with New Orleans. By the way, I'm also in this one. I'm taking the Rams. No, that's not who I was taking. Who was I taking the other one? I'll find it. Steelers and Seahawks. Yeah, I'm taking the Steelers over the Seahawks. I'm a believer. I watched Aaron Rodgers play. I'm a believer in Aaron Rodgers. How about some of these? You got the Bills and Jets. Jacksonville at Cincinnati. That's a tough game for the Jaguars. But the Bengals only 3.5-point favorites. You know why? Because they ain't got any defense. And they gave up 16 points, for crying out loud, to the Browns, who can't do a thing. So who knows? By the way, well, somebody wrote down the wrong things. Weeze has the Seattle-Pittsburgh under 42.5, and he's got the Niners minus 6 versus the Saints. Jamie has the Bengals over the Jags, minus 3.5, and the Colts. Surprise. The Colts over the Broncos. And Lucas is taking I may as well just show you. Lucas is taking the Bears and Lions over, as well as the Jets and Bills over. That is you can see our 2 college football bets there, our Superdog bet, as well as the NFL bets. By the way, I didn't show you the other games, and 2 games on Monday night. How about that? It is a real doubleheader, 5 o'clock game and an 8 o'clock game, I think. It's a 6 o'clock game and a 9 o'clock game. Enjoy. That'll be fun. I was told, by the way, folks, last week I didn't give enough time to talk about our overall picks for the 2025 season, and taking a look at them, the one that was brought to my eye that I was told to make a point of, Jamie taking Daniel Jones as the comeback player of the year. Good luck with that. As Wee's taking Christian McCaffrey. McCaffrey, the only healthy 49er right now. If he can stay healthy, good luck to him. I'm taking Trevor Lawrence. I think the Jaguars are going to have a solid year. I think the Jaguars have a chance to. Where was that? Where were the Jags playing there? Jags against the Bengals. I think Jags have a good chance to win this weekend against the Bengals. And then you take a look at some of the other ones. It looks like a pretty good wide spread. Except for all of us taking Abdul Carter. 3 out of 4 of us taking Carter to win Defensive Rookie of the Year, and 3 out of the 4 of us taking Offensive Rookie of the Year, Ashton Jeanty. Should be a ton of fun, folks. Stick around. We're going to talk baseball here when we return. Baseball season, 2 weeks to go. Almost over. Back to set.
This is Christy, inviting you to wrap yourself in lasting luxury at Carnaby Square. We specialize in one-on-one customer service, high-quality, head-turning, on-trend fashions, footwear, accessories, and a complete line of Brighton leather goods and jewelry. If you want to nix fast fashion and invest in a true-to-size, ethically manufactured wardrobe that you'll wear for years, it's time to treat yourself at Carnaby Square in downtown Fairfield.
Briscoe Surplus Sales on the northeast edge of Flora is your one-stop do-it-all shop. Looking for rugged boots and footwear from great brands like Lacrosse, Rocky, and Carolina? They're there. How about top-notch small engine parts and service? Briscoe Surplus Sales has it. Whether you're wiring your switches or switching your wiring, Briscoe Surplus Sales has the solution and the know-how to help you get the job done right the first time. Briscoe Surplus Sales, your one-stop do-it-all shop.
At Clay City Banking Company, we're all on the same team, regardless of zip code. At home, work, school, or across the country, you can be part of our team with our cutting-edge mobile banking products. From your hand, you can check balances, transfer money, make deposits, and pay bills. Looking for a loan? We've got you covered with our mortgage, agriculture, commercial, and consumer loans. Join our team today. Clay City, Flora, Louisville, and Fairfield Banking Companies. We're the hometown banks, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Lamont always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at LeMansOnline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
Hello, folks. Welcome back. Big Talk with Bruce Dickey on Wabash Cats TV. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Appreciate it. Let's talk a little bit of baseball. This is our wrapping up the Take the Point show for today and for this week. As it's got 2 weeks to go, folks. It's almost over. It's almost over. You got to get that through your head. The Tigers looks like they are going to win the Central up 8.5 with 15 games to go, something like that. What's that? 145 played, so they got 17 to go. Toronto still leads the Yankees. Yankees on a bit of a heater. They've gone 6-4 lately. The Red Sox also have gone 6-4. Look at that. The entire American League East having a nice run. They're all either at 500 or over 500 for their last 10 games. Then you look at the Central. The Tigers, as I mentioned, looks like they're going to win. Don't know who's going to win the Astros and Mariners. Either one, though, they're not going to get into the first. Doesn't look like they'll get into get the bye into the postseason. How about, let's take a look at the American League wild card first. The Yankees and Red Sox tied at the top of the wild card. Mariners also in the wild card, and the Rangers a game and a half back. They have their work cut out for them. Mariners a pretty good team, and then you got to remember they're playing the Cardinals this week. So the Cardinals already lost Monday and Tuesday, probably going to lose Wednesday. Cardinals, are they mailing it in the rest of the year? Let's take a look, shall we? Cardinals is 72-74, 2 games under 500 with 16 games remaining. They still have a 0.6% chance of making the postseason. That is pretty much of a hard no. When you look at the postseason chances, playoff chances, the only one with any chance of not making the playoff is the Mets. And what was the number here in the American League? 3-3. Yeah, the playoffs are all but set. Just got to figure out who's playing where and at what time. But, yeah, there's the National League. Here's the National League wild card. Cubs are going to get in. Padres probably going to get in. The Mets are most likely going to get in. The Giants can catch them. But, again, the Giants' chances of catching the Padres or the Giants' chances of catching the Mets, they give them 7%. So, good luck, Giants. Good luck, Giants and Giants fans. More notably, the Rockies have been eliminated. The rest of them are going to start being eliminated here pretty quickly, as the Nationals will be eliminated next, and then you'll run into the Pirates and the Braves. Then the Cardinals. By golly, the Cardinals are going to be a top 10 pick again next June. What has happened to the Cardinals? As you take a look at that, here are this is what I don't like. This is what just makes me sick. What don't make me sick? It bothers me a little bit. You take a look here. You see the Dodgers are at 559, so they will not get a bye. The Dodgers are still getting so much respect. They're picked to win the World Series by a ton. Why anybody would bet on the Dodgers at plus 340 is beyond me. They've got to win 3 series to get to the World Series, right? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, they've got to win 3 series to get to the World Series. They got to win 4 series to win the World Series. It makes no sense whatsoever, and the Brewers continue to get no respect. All the Brewers have done over the past, look what they've done over the past 2 months. They're just killing everybody. Their run differential's 170, and the Dodgers' run differential's only 102. I don't understand. I guess I don't understand it. Here's the playoff percent, not the percentages, the pennant winning numbers, and the Dodgers still the heavy favorites to win the pennant in the National League. Maybe they'll do it. But it makes no sense. They've got to win 3. They got to win 3 series against probably. Though they'll be playing They'll be playing. Oh, let's take a look. They'll be playing the Mets, and then they'll have to play the winner of. If they win that, they'll have to play the Brewers, and that's a. No, pardon me. They'll have to play the Phillies, and then they'll have to play the Brewers. I just don't understand I understand it. You got the best player in baseball, but boy, oh boy, it doesn't make just a ton of sense. That's going to do it for us today here on Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I hope all your bets come through as you hope. And maybe you can pull me aside somehow and explain to me why the Dodgers are still the favorites to win the World Series. I would love somebody to explain it to me. Shohei Ohtani, but Freddie Freeman, but they got no pitching. They got 1 pitcher. They got 2 pitchers, and he goes 4 innings. The other one goes 4 innings. Who knows? Thanks for watching. See you next time on Big Talk.